2006, when I designed the film city, one of the point was film and culture tourism, which probably nobody take you to the media and entertainment industry, and people earlier never ever thought that media and entertainment is an industry. They always thought is as an hobby. Today it's an industry, and I have been see, these things probably will get you some kind of a token money. Not all YouTube channels are minting money. Not all Insta is getting you a business to run your house. These are all small contributions. They can be a pocket money, they can be initial starts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of EduTalks by AB. And today we have a visionary with us. We have Dr. Sandeep Marwah, Chancellor of AAFT University of Media and Arts, and also the Chairman of AAFT Education Group. Welcome to EduTalks by AB, Dr. Sandeep.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, my dear.
So, hitting the conversation right, we are all into the Indian media, and you especially have witnessed on how the Indian media and entertainment has evolved over the last 3 decades. Okay, especially in a digital age. How do you see the evolution continuing?
Well, I'm recollecting two lines. कि इतना रहे ख्याल सताने के साथ साथ कि हम भी बदल रहे हैं जमाने के साथ साथ. See, the only thing which is constant is the change. And you have to be mentally prepared, especially in this beautiful industry, that things are changing very fast. They change very fast, and you should have the capacity to change with the circumstances, environment, people instantly and immediately if you want to sustain yourself into the same industry.
Right, I think definitely that opens our conversations with one of the gospels of that changes constant, which even Shakespeare could not have denied at his time. So, when it comes to your contribution to the entire arena of, say, film festivals or entertainment as a whole, you had launched the International Festival of Cell Phone Cinema, like way beyond, way ahead its time. And, like any such emerging storytelling part of it that you foresee happening now or in near future, which inspires you or your thoughts?
Well, when you talk about my contribution, definitely yes. I'm in now media and entertainment industry for almost now 40 years. And my biggest contribution is Noida Film City. I'm a founder of Noida Film City. Way back in 1986, I designed this film city. Obviously, that time I was declared a madman, probably foolish. These kind of wonderful words I've been hearing those days. But I'm very happy that I could do something for the nation. Noida Film City, to cut short, I can only say that today is the fastest growing film city in the world. This is a 100-acre complex, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. And out of 16 studios, around about 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24 by 7. There are about 17,000 media professionals. They are working in this complex. And the cascading effect is that approximately 150,000 people, they are earning their bread because of this film city. So when people say founder of Noida Film City, trust me, it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction that at least I could do something for my nation. Then obviously, I had to continue. I had to be the first one in the film city myself, being a founder. So I started my first professional film studio of North India. Noida Film City became the second film city of the nation after Mumbai. Out of my studios, I mean, like when I started studios, people were still laughing. They thought we are preparing and creating and constructing the storage facility for Food Corporation of India. That kind of attitude and aptitude I could see from the market. but then we had to prove ourselves again. I'm happy now in a span of 34 years of my studio business. We have churned out around about 5,000 television programs for more than 50 channels. We are associated with approximately 125 feature films from 9 different languages. We have done around about 5,000 training films. And the best part is that my production company has churned out 3,600 short films and given opportunity to almost 25,000 filmmakers for more than 120 countries. So this is my studio's contribution to media and
That's
entertainment industry.
That's definitely a huge bit. In fact, as a chancellor of AFT, which you mentioned that how Marva Studios is contributing on not just to the entertainment and media side of it, but also upskilling them in terms of your educational institution in that sense. This brings me to a point where media and entertainment, if you see, plays a huge role when we look at fostering the entire nation's growth spectrum in that sense. And when we are all in talks of Viksit Bharat 2047, how do you, as a chancellor of AFT, see this skill development as an alignment to Viksit Bharat?
Let me tell you, my dear friend, that AAFT is the oldest skill development college as a college. We started as a boutique school. It's been 32 years we are in skill development. And in a span of all these 32 years, we have churned out 35,000 professionals from 145 countries of the world. And the best part is that not even one single student is sitting idle. So that's the biggest contribution I think AFT has given to the nation. A thoroughly educated and trained manpower. And that's the reason that they are working today in the industry. The best part is that media and entertainment industry is also growing simultaneously in all these 32 years, from let's say from a 15 or 20,000 crore, we are now almost 3 lakh 80,000 crore industry, and almost 10 million people are working in this industry. So my contribution is that at least 35,000 people or 36,000 people have given. Uh, Forget about even 1,000 people who are from other countries, but at least 35,000 Indians. And they're doing well. They're earning income. They are contributing to the total GDP from different angles, different departments, different ministries, different segments of the society. And which I think is good enough. And I think I cannot leave another very important point, because when I started Film City here way back in 1991, we got into the business. That's the right time. And till now, because 86, when I designed the Film City, one of the point was film and culture tourism, which probably nobody could understand what I'm trying to explain and express. The best part is nobody knew about it, and today the whole world is talking about it. And if I come down to the real statistics, more than 9 crore people, they footfall we have given to Noida Film City. I mean, imagine the turnover, the business with 9 crore people walking into one single place. Mind you, I'm not a spiritual center. And and almost 30 lakh people, they have been to Marva Studios from 156 countries of the world. So I'm talking about all this, how media and entertainment industry is contributing to the total GDP of the nation through these small activities. And then please do not forget that 150,000 people, they are earning their bread because of this film city. They are contributing, they're contributing every day to the total GDP. They're earning bread. Whether it's a construction of a studios, whether it's an interior, whether it's vehicles, whether it's a transport, whether it's a hotel, restaurant, or guest houses, whether it is moving of the stars from one corner to the other. I mean, the whole gamut, the cascading effect is fantastic. And I think now UP cannot ignore Noida Film City without saying that Noida Film City has its own role in developing Noida, Uttar Pradesh, North India, and then country. Please accept this fact that today we are on the world map of cinema.
Absolutely. I think when you speak about the world map of cinema, with so many students and experts coming in from different countries around the globe, coming from that to a point where you yourself have been acknowledged as an acclaimed cultural ambassador by a lot of countries. So when you speak about putting India in that global map of cinema, what about cultural diplomacy? You spoke about culture and film tourism, but where do you see India stand globally in terms of an area of cultural diplomacy?
Well, there is no country better than India, let me tell you. The history, the culture, the kind of variety of arrangements India carries with it, probably no country in the world can compete with that. Imagine European countries as good as one of the states of the country. When I move out, I carry the whole culture of my country to different countries. I'm very happy that I've been invited by a large number of countries as a state guest, as a special guest, chief guest, guest of honor for one or other different events which are connected to films, television, media, art, culture, education, tourism, fashion, and so on. There are about 18 segments which I have specialized in my university, and on all those 18 I'm trying to specialize myself as individually. If need to be, I can speak on those topics. On at least I can represent India on those industries on one side, but the other side is very unique. Actually, I must say that it's a miracle because even if you're representing one country as a culture ambassador, I think it's good enough. But the best part is that, including yesterday, 90 countries government have nominated me as their culture ambassador. And 17 times I have been honored as a global cultural minister. I'm carrying this beautiful designation on my shoulder wherever I go, and I see to it. But the whole purpose is to have best of the relation with each and every country of the world through art and culture. And cinema, media, and art and culture plays a very important role. And trust me, look into the MOUs which every government has been signing with other government on this earth. It carries a line that we will promote each other's art and culture. And that's where the art and culture international diplomacy starts. And I am doing nothing new, but I am enhancing or giving value to that statement. My prime minister has signed probably more than 80, 90 MOUs in last few years with different countries, wherever he's been to. And art and culture has been the one very important line in all those MOUs. And trust me, what I have been doing it, our prime minister comes back from a country and I go to the same country and start working at a grassroots level with the help of our art and culture. You'll be surprised. I have so far conducted 8,500 events and more than 200 ambassadors. They have visited Marwa Studios, and I'm carrying a platform where 90 countries are participating with us in every event. And this is how we are developing culture diplomacy, culture relation with each and every country of the world.
Great, and in fact, like when you're speaking about carrying the designation on your shoulder and the platform, I think it's way beyond that, and it's more of a legacy that you're building on in that sense. When you speak about cultural diplomacy and like India having MOU with other countries. I think one of the recent bits of UK Prime Minister in his visit to India mentioning about a number of pathways wherein the Bollywood can actually have its way more uh, concentration in the UK in that sense. Coming to,
Well,
yeah,
let
please
me
go
add
ahead.
on to this. This is not only yesterday or day before yesterday what happened. It's been there for a long time. Now, only thing is it has been formalized in a much bigger way. I can only say that. You'll be surprised. I'm the first Indian who's been honored in British Parliament for 11 times. And every year I have been invited in British Parliament, and I get one or other very, very important award from British Parliament. And that has given me so much of blood to work with UK. And to such an extent that I have been nominated as ambassador of Wales in India. I'm carrying such a powerful designation thanks to the British government and the Welsh government, and the kind of a work we've been doing, exchange. I mean, I carry about 200 students every year to UK, and I'm patron to at least 10 social, cultural, film, television, and media organizations in UK. I'm chairing Indo UK Film and Culture Forum, Indo Wales Creative Forum. I'm patron to a British Business Group in Delhi, and see, idea is that let's create best of the relation possible with every country of the world. That's what we believe in.
Absolutely. And I think now, because you mentioned UK, the free trade agreement will kind of foster a lot more of these services. Coming on to another aspect where young minds who are passionate about cinema, who look up to you as an inspiration, the path for them isn't always very clear. Okay. So after they had done their schooling, probably a lot of students are generally confused on should one pursue a traditional undergraduate first and then specialize in films, or dive straight into a full-fledged film course from the start. What would you suggest them? How can they mix and match and have a clearer pathway?
See, I've been in education for 32 years. I started with a boutique institute, AAFT, Asian Academy of Film and Television. And I'm very happy that 6 years back, we have become a university. Now we are full-fledged university. Uh, mm, in between, I can only say that when I started, you're right. Parents, teachers, people around you, students, they always been looking for a very traditional kind of a courses, to get into law, to get into management, to get into medical, to get into engineering. These are the very all-time super hit courses. It was very unique. My courses were very unique because my courses will take you to the media and entertainment industry, and people earlier never ever thought that media and entertainment is an industry. They always thought is as an hobby. Today it's an industry, and I have been propagating and been speaking on different platforms that it's a very big industry. We are almost 10 million people now working in this industry. There are about 8,000 theaters in the country, 600 radio stations, 950 television channels. There are almost 300 OTT channels. And the turnover of this industry has crossed 3 lakh crore. We are the sixth biggest industry in India today. So, and this is what I've been talking, speaking, propagating, highlighting every platform which I used to get in last so many years, and people have understood that getting into media and entertainment industry means a very big thing. Not only it's fulfilling your urges and desires and hobbies, but it is a money making setup. You can make more money in this industry than in any other industry you are involved with. So I'm very happy that it has taken me 30 years to shout these words, and people have understood, we have realized, being the first private film school of the nation and third film and television school of the country, I had to put in large amount of energy, efforts, time, labor, resources to tell the people of this nation that we are an industry. You are required in this industry. There's a huge scope to make money, name, and fame in this industry. And so I'm happy today. People, I need not to shout anymore. People have understood. Results are right there. People are pursuing now undergraduate master courses, PhDs in this industry. But then obviously the phase when I was going through a tough time in actually making people understand what this industry is all about, I had to convince myself that I need money to run a show like this. So I got into opening of a management school, a law school, hospitality and tourism, fashion and design, all those different categories I have brought in into my campus, and I'm happy that even those schools are now running very well. And I have restricted myself to area of media and entertainment because media laws are very important. No business can be handled without learning management. Hospitality and tourism are a very important part of our industry. So I have bring these whole setup into under the same campus, and I'm telling people that how these industries are correlated, and they all are nothing but parallel lines to the same destination.
Great. In fact, when you speak about the holistic approach and newer bit that you 30 years back when you started with curriculum in that sense, if we look at the entertainment industry or media bit, even in its micro form at this point of time, there is a lot of domestic creative entrepreneurship that is happening in terms of entertainment at this point of time, be it on YouTube, be it on different other platforms itself. When it comes to the curriculum design part of it and the market expectations, how do you think an entrepreneur who's wanting to get into the domestic creative industry can maneuver? Should they look into more of a domestic creative entrepreneurship side of it, or still weigh their opportunities of mainstream media or films?
Well, see, I have always been telling people that if you really want to get into media and entertainment industry, or you want to be part of this industry, then you must go through a proper education and training of the course. I mean, what you talking is like a hobby. You started something on your net, you become a part of Insta or a Facebook or some other social media, or probably you started shooting some films and putting them on YouTube. It's very good. It's very good. It can be a preliminary stage to be called professional. But I personally feel that unless and until you go through the proper education and training, you can never rise into the market. See, these things probably will get you some kind of a token money. Not all YouTube channels are minting money. Not all Insta is getting you a business to run your house. These are all small contributions. They can be a pocket money, they can be initial starts, they can be it's a starting engine for you to get into this industry. That's fine. But I think if you have done a course and then probably you're getting into the same thing, the results will be far, far much better because you know how to make a good film, you know how to make a good poster, you know how to tell the story systematically. Let me put that way. Because the whole media and entertainment industry is nothing but it's a storytelling. Even one single ad which looks like a still photography also sometimes tells you a very deep story, and people buy product by only seeing that one single ad. So that needs training, that needs education, that needs some kind of efforts before you speak to the masses and you become, or you try to become a part of mass communication. So, my dear friends, I think nothing is bigger than, I mean, tomorrow then even doctor will start saying कि मैं तो घर पे चाकू छुरी चलाता था, let me do some operation here in theater. Somebody will say, let me see the rocket because I've repaired my Lambretta 10 years back. Now this is all doesn't sound good. We want to be an intelligent nation. We want our students to grow in any and every industry they're trying to get into. And trust my word, I've been telling on the even on the political platforms that there is nothing today bigger than education. If our youth, if they are trained and educated very well, they are going to be good citizens and they are going to be good professionals one day. So and that's the reason that I'm working every day on the improvement of the education, not only in my own center, because now I'm very happy. I have been rated as the first best 5 film schools of the world. We are the most decorated film school in the world. We are, I mean, and in 3 things, we are number one: largest number of productions with students, largest number of events with students, and the most cost effective film school in the world. In 3 things, we are number one in the world. I mean, obviously, it takes time to spread the news. It takes time for people to understand what we are talking. And I mean, and that's the reason that AAFT is a case study in 27 countries of the world. We are a case study in new education policy. We are a case study with UCLA. Um, uh, uh, because we've been giving total emphasis on the quality of education, because a good education can produce intelligent people like Abhishek Boran.
Thank you so much for the laurel, Dr. Sandeep. Coming to the end of our conversation because of the paucity of time, a fun question. What's the latest movie that you watched?
Oh, I've just seen this film, which is connected to the law. Uh, uh, oh, I'm just forgetting the name. Where is it?
That's it. That's fine. What if we go to your all-time favorite movie in that case?
No, see, that's ample, ample. There are a large number of films which I've been appreciating. It's not necessary for me to remember even the name. What I do is when I see a film, I pick up the right content, what I need. That's my way of watching films, and then all that I try to include into my curriculums, into my syllabus, and into our way of filmmaking. So that's how because for me, films are always the best teachers. They're best teachers. You learn social point of view, commercial point of view, religious and spiritual point of view. You learn the how to deal with the manpower. You learn everything from cinema. That's the best part. And I'm not naming one because I know all these people very well. वो कहेगा मेरा नाम क्यों नहीं लिया आपने?
Great. So thank you so much for your time, Dr. Sandeep. And while I get his playlist of movies for all of you watching, don't forget to subscribe onto EduTalks by AB and let us know in the comments what are the different other avenues of education that you're wanting expert opinion on.